everyone, welcome back. Sal with details, and today we got Gary with Stay Slick out of Fresno, California. Gary, why don't you let everyone know your backstory and your services?
Okay, so we're a full service detail. I can do everything from ceramic coating, paint correction, all the way down to maintenance plan. Smallest to the biggest, doesn't really matter. Been doing it about a year now as a business, about 6 years personally. So, but here in Fresno area, I've been doing it about a year now. I cover pretty much all of Fresno County. Most of my work is in the city of Fresno or Clovis, but I'll go as far as county lines.
So on this episode, Room for Improvement, really unique for us. This is gonna be our first time doing a trailer setup. So Gary, how you like your trailer setup?
It's love-hate. It's love-hate. I got good and bad stuff to say about it, yeah.
How long have you had the trailer?
Probably, I want to say it's been like 6-7 months now. It was a couple months after I started.
6-7 months? Any upgrades to the trailer?
Oh man, I've probably done 15 versions already. It's constantly changing, man. It's always changing.
So in your detailing experience, this is how you started detailing with the trailer?
I did everything out of totes in the back of my truck for a very brief period, maybe about a month and a half to 2 months. So I don't even know if it was long enough really to super dial in the way that I did it out of a truck. So most of it's been here.
So you went from a truck to a trailer?
Yeah, but most of it has been, I would say most of it's been trailer.
So on this episode, it's really unique. This is the first time that we're gonna be doing a study on a trailer, but all efficiencies and improvements, they all work the same way. Before he gives his tour of the trailer, I just wanna say, man, what I noticed off the back is your trailer, it's a billboard on wheels.
Yep. If anybody's followed any of the videos I've done with you guys or with Reyes or anybody, I always bring up how this is how I get all my business. And when you see it in person, you can see it's almost obnoxious.
We may be throwing around some ideas to convert this over there, vice versa, who knows?
Yeah, I've been heavily considering just going straight out of my truck bed, putting everything on a skid, minimizing everything I need, just because, as you can see, this takes up so much space. Super heavy, kills the gas mileage. Those are the negatives that I can tell you about having a trailer, is that the impact it has on the economics of the business, space. It makes it a lot harder to get to a spot where I can start the job. It takes me more time to find a spot where I can work.
Hey, can we take a peek?
Yeah. Let's open a rip.
Well,
that's also 50. Everything I have is 50.
What else? And then you guys see here, you got your Ryobi pressure washer.
That's it, man. That's Old Faithful right there.
And I'm sure you got your 2 buckets with your bucket method.
I'm not really a 2 bucket guy. I got a wheel and a wash bucket. I tend to do either the multiple mitts or just multiple microfiber towels. It's just what I like to do. So technically it's 2 instead of having 3. Air compressor attachments. Usually I have the Vortex, which is on here right now, but Vortex cleaning tool, the spray gun, which if you've seen any of my YouTube stuff, I use for the tire shine, and then I just have that other blow tool there. You roll with 2 soap cannons? Yeah, I got the MJJC as my main that I use for soap. I find that that's the highest foaming foam cannon, and then I have the MTM just because it's good quality, and that's what I apply touchless with,
Brushes, interior, exterior. What's what we got here?
Mainly honestly, I've gotten to a point now, especially after talking to you guys, to not even using them.
I see your wall here with all the juices and all the sauces. Everyone wants to know what we run with, what we use. Can you walk me through here? What are your go-tos? What's your setup here?
I think if you've watched my YouTube, I talk about mirror finish a lot, and the reason I talk about that is because it's my home store. This is that new Atomic Bomb soap they just released about 2 days ago. This was a couple of testers for that. But when I first started, I watched YouTube videos and just bought what I thought was popular, just like everybody else. So I had stuff from every brand. If I necessarily say I'm brand loyal, but I do have a lot of PNS, a lot of mirror finish, and a little bit of everything else.
Gary, do you think that you found your brand that you use as far as supplies, not so much just your supplies in general, as far as the sauces? You found it, or are you still experimenting?
Yes and no. The no, because I run my own YouTube, so I'm always trying new stuff. Usually my videos tend to be trying different products, so I spend money on that. As far as my business goes, I'm pretty locked in on exactly what I use now.
So now that you're locked in, you find yourself maybe saving some money on your product usage?
Yeah, especially because I've started buying 5 gallons of the stuff I use a lot of. So I've been buying in bulk, especially like Express Interior. I use Pearl. I love Pearl for PNS right now. I buy that on a 5 gallon.
So this has nothing to do with your sauces, but I noticed your business card holder, it's empty. So that means you've been busy.
It means that. It means I've been slacking on getting cards.
Harry, for all the new detailers out there, what are some essentials that you would start out with from the get-go?
I would go tire shine, interior cleaner, soap.
So there you go, guys. So coming from someone that's used a whole variety of supplies, narrowing it down, you can save a whole bunch of money.
Now that we've gone over your chemicals that you use, as well as your staples and your equipment, let's take a look on the inside of this bad boy.
All right, let's do it. Obviously, I got my towels, not in any particular organization. I was a lot better about that before, but I got a 90-gallon water tank. I rarely ever fill it all the way up. It's just nice to have it if I need it. And then I have a few other things. A lot of my bulk, my bigger items, like my extractor, steamer, the vacuum that I have, which is on the reel, is right back there. My compressor is strapped in over here. This has some other stuff, you know, magic erasers, drill brushes, and whatnot. Blower. Right here, I have some of my other 32 ounces I couldn't fit over there, so I got like 3D1. Pearl, some interior freshener, you know, if they want that. Some other bulk stuff that's extra. I really could take that out. It's just there. I have a setup here where I can charge all my batteries. Every time the generator's on, all my batteries can be charged, which is really nice to have all that. And then as far as behind me, I got my platform. This is for my extractor. This is a really nice LED light that I use for paint correction at customers' houses. I got my drill for my drill brushes, all my pads. So these are 5-inch, 3-inch. I've got Max Shine rotary, Max Shine 3-inch, and then I just bought the Rupes 15 right here, set up. A couple of gallons of some other stuff. Honestly, I don't need any of that. That's part of something I can just get rid of all that. I don't even use it. It's just that was there from when I first started.
Off the top that I like about your setup so far, you got your business card holder we mentioned. Everything has a place. So if you ever forget something, you're gonna know off the bat, right?
Right away.
You're running with 2 soap cannons.
Yep.
Great for efficiency, saving time. Yeah, have you experienced any issue with these lengths?
There's only really one account. I have a fleet account.
Everything's all clean. Everything's all organized. It's easy to do a quick inventory of your whole trailer.
Yeah, and that's why I chose. I know this seems like a lot. Some people roll with a lot less. I have this here because I end up using all of them at some point. Doesn't mean I use them all every day, but I would rather have the stuff that I use the most of the time in one spot. It's just easier for me.
You're not running with things you don't need. So as far as big supplies, gallons, any just things that you don't need every day. You're saving a lot of weight there, right?
Yeah, not anymore. I used to carry a lot more. Narrowed it down. I do have a few things extra here just because, like I said, because of my YouTube, I'm always testing stuff out. So there's going to be things here that I don't really need to have, but it's just for testing.
Well, every detailer dreads, right? That pet hair.
Yeah. Hey, the cleaning, the vortex or the tornador though is a lifesaver.
I see about 4 different tools for pet hair.
Yeah, I've experimented.
After Gary gave us the quick tour of the inside of the van, there is a few things that I see that I like, and there's a few things that we can definitely work on. But for now, we're gonna put this on hold. We'll come back, return, and do the makeover of this guy here. But for now, let's put Gary on the clock.
This is your maintenance vehicle that you do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put you on the clock. We're gonna do a time study. You knew it was coming.
It's coming, yeah.
So you're gonna go ahead and operate like we're not here. We're gonna be taking notes and going forward.
Sounds good.
Okay, time starts now.
advice and put them on when I got out of the truck. Come on.
Gary, your setup time, 2 minutes and 14 seconds before you start touching the car.
Okay.
Just off the top, the few things that I noticed off the top, watching you with your gloves, putting on your gloves on during the detail. For us, those gloves are inside. We come out the vehicle wearing gloves. That's one less thing we gotta do, save you a few seconds.
That makes
You
sense.
probably wasted like 5 seconds putting on the gloves, right?
Yeah.
You're plugged into the clients for power.
Yep.
That's saving you gas for your generator. Or
Yeah, it's not nearly as fast. It's so much easier just to turn the generator on and go. As far as time efficiency, but as far as economics, it's I try to use power whenever I can. I usually don't use customer water just because I use DI water.
What I love too is your remote start.
It's for pressure washer, air, and for vacuum.
One shot, one button, and you're ready to roll.
Ready to roll.
So I just notice you got open toe shoes on. Something to think about for safety. You're a one man show. You stub your toe, either sprained your ankle, you're slippery,
Cut.
your injury.
Cut.
You can get cut. You got chemicals, no socks. Just something to think about.
Yep.
Anything that could potentially stop you from doing the job that you've got complete control over, you might want to address it.
Makes sense.
This happens, but presentation, as you're pulling stuff out, you had a brush down on the floor you had to pick up, right? That's something that you like. Your presentation is nice, so I'm pretty sure you just kicking yourself, right?
Yeah,
it happens.
When I pulled it
You could address a couple things, save you some few seconds.
Cool. Hold on, this is good. This is good. There's still a problem happening right now.
What's going on, Gary?
These are great, but when you have them in your pocket, you constantly hit buttons. Hear that? My vacuum came on. That's what I'm talking about. Now my vacuum came on. See? Watch. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's the good, the bad, and the ugly right there. It never happens this much. Of course it happens to you guys here. Now it's working. Hey, let's keep this over here. Pull my platform out.
Yep.
I usually use that.
How are you holding it in your hand?
Now, then I wouldn't have to use two separate things. too. So we got interior, deionized water. That's it.
Gary's been doing this for a while, and he's very dialed in about what he does. So we didn't spare any expense on you, Gary.
Oh,
we got a whole lot of stuff.
I believe it.
Gary's all finished up with the exterior. We're gonna talk about some interior methods for him. We're gonna have him actually do this first section. We're gonna have him do the door panel and the seat with his method, with his current method. And then once he's done with there, we're gonna go around to the other side. We're gonna do the worst area with our method to see which one he likes, which he prefers. And he's gonna pick up some tips, see how the process can be streamlined, as well as get a higher quality outcome.
You like to just start top down.
Yeah. Is this like your normal speed, the way you're moving right now? Is that your normal, like,
It's my normal.
urgency?
I try to.
Good.
Because even if I don't have another one, I still want to get it done.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I
'cause
like
some-
detailing, but I want to get it done.
Gary,
Oh man.
we got something for you we want you to try. Mr. Chief Steamer on this side.
Absolutely.
So part of this series is also exposing detailers to other tools and techniques that they haven't been able to use themselves, whether it's because they were unable to invest into the tool itself, or they just were unfamiliar or didn't know about the process or technique that we're showing. So in this case, Gary has been on the fence for a while about, you know, the next piece of equipment that he was going to buy that was going to be more beneficial to his business, that was going to have a good return on the investment. So with that said, we brought out our Chief Steamer today for him to really see and to be able to experience firsthand what he's capable of doing, how it's going to save time, how it's going to give a better clean, and the results that he's going to receive by using this tool prior to making his decision or whether or not he's going to buy it or kind of leave it on the shelf.
Way more than picture. I can smell the vinegar. Oh yeah. Moment of truth. With this Chief Steamer, this has been really the thing I've been going back and forth on. So if he sells me on it here, sorry wife, I'm about to spend some money. Definitely got a lot more power. More heat, a lot more power. Yeah, it's so much easier to clean that. If you know, you know. The backs of these seats with the kids with their feet is so hard to get off sometimes. To have that steam, extra power just to do it all in one is so much faster, way faster. I'm gonna finish the rest of the car now using this product and show you guys what I think about it and if I'm gonna have to go ahead and spend some money on it.
Hey,
it's
Gary,
not plugged in. It's not plugged in right now.
the remote messed got you again?
But you did lose it for a minute, for a second.
I did lose it for a minute,
You'll
yeah.
find it later.
Hey, as soon as I get that thing on, if you get this little remote system, I would highly recommend it, but immediately put it on a lanyard.
I want to highlight a few things that we saw Gary doing the exterior wash. The bucket method. He had 2 buckets. I'm not a big fan of the bucket. He picked up the bucket, moved that bucket 4 different times around the vehicle. Imagine doing that on 2 washes. Another big one, when he was doing the tires, he only wet 2 wheels at a time. He should have wet all 4 tires and been done with the rinse. We got more coming. I think he's really digging the steamer. Woo!
All right, guys, well, you saw me use it. You saw my face. You know I like it, but I need you to leave me a comment down below. Tell me if I should buy it, especially because I could use that as an excuse to my wife that it wasn't my fault that I spent the money. So I would appreciate that.
Hey, Gary, it was fun, man. It was lovely.
It was fun.
A couple things that I loved about it is when you're doing your exterior wash, I noticed that you put the bug off on the windshield for obvious reasons. But how did you incorporate that into your whole deal?
Well, being in Fresno, it's all agriculture here. The bugs are the worst enemy. It was, oh, I'll spray the front of the car. Then I learned, oh, but it's on the windshield. Oh, I got to do windshield. Oh, wait, now I got to do the pillars and I got to do the mirrors. So it all just came together. I just literally started hitting the whole front of the car.
There you go. All right.
And then I stack it with the soap. You know, you guys gave me that recommendation a while ago to stack chemicals. So
right.
Stack it right over the top.
Your setup was 2 minutes and 14 seconds. However, going back to that setup, I noticed that you came back to the van to get, and you felt as well that you, oh, I didn't bring my towel. You didn't bring your towel out.
Yeah.
You didn't bring your extension pole out. And since you had an SUV, you didn't need it. But when you do, you also have a stand.
I do have
a scaffold that you didn't bring out. Those are all things that we can incorporate. Just FYI, that may increase your setup time. But we also have some things that could even that out. Okay. So that bucket thing. That bucket, we're gonna come out with some things for you that just counted. You moved the bucket 4 times around the vehicle. Those are the times I counted. So over a period of time, if you got doing 3 vehicles, that's picking up that weight over and over. And you should probably think about getting a bucket caddy.
Okay.
You know, so you can put all your brushes that you use if you continue to use the bucket method. Okay. With the buckets, you use that bucket to put your brushes in to release all the dirt. But thing for detailers, you got a pressure washer. Yeah. You don't need to soak it, just hit it with the pressure washer. Also, you didn't have your drying towel out. Well, you went back to the van. You went back to the van 6 times, which we all go back to the van. However, when you went back to the van, you didn't bring something that you were done using to the van.
Yes.
There was about 6 times that you could have brought something back to the van, so that way no steps are wasted. Right. Man, that remote. We gotta do something about that remote.
Trust me when I say, when it functions properly, it's amazing. However, of course, when things go wrong, they're gonna go wrong on the wrong day.
It's not the things that happen every day that's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
It's the things that don't happen every day that's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You had a mount for your rail guards, your detail guards. You didn't utilize them. Yeah. Is it something that you normally use, you forgot?
It's something that when I do use, I wonder why I don't always use, but it's something that's easily forgotten by me for some reason.
We have a solution for that as well, as we'll get into later. Okay. When you were doing the soap, you had enough holes. Had your detail guards, you could have walked around the whole time and saved some more steps. Okay. You see what I'm saying? So it's a continuous flow. When you're using your wash mitts, don't leave any in use all the ones that you're gonna use, put them on the vehicle. Okay. Foam them up on the vehicle. Yes. We got 2 hands. Use two wash mitts, cover more surface area. Okay. You hit your pole brush, you hit the top of the roof. What you didn't do, what I didn't notice, is how come you didn't use the pole brush to hit the windshield and to hit the hood? It's already out. Yeah. It's a flat surface. So that was 3 things that you could have hit already with the pole brush, you didn't have to hit with the mitt. Right. And also when you're using the mitt to wash, try to have some type of structure. You start out one side and go all the way to the other, the same way. So that way it's standardization. So if you were ever to get somebody on, that's already something that you have a procedure for. Drying the vehicle with your blower on the shaded side first. You started drying the vehicle with the towel on the shaded side first. You're in Fresno, baby. Hit that side. You want to hit the sunny side first, right? Before before those water spots come on. Also, one of the things that I love that you brought the Tornador and used that for the exterior. Awesome. I want you to talk about that. What did you use the Tornador for?
I use it for cracks and crevices. I use it for especially lug nuts. Lug nuts, I've noticed it helps the most. Just the standard air doesn't always get it out as well, at least in my experience.
Towel situation. You came back to get towels. We got to come up with a solution for that. So that way, part of your setup time, all those are out, even for the interior.
Okay.
You didn't have a place to put the towels, and seeing towels on the floor.
That's, to be fair, that's why I really don't bring everything out at once, is because I don't want it to be on the ground.
It's going to solve a lot of these issues, is having a table or a cart.
Okay.
You have the room, you have the space. Let's utilize this room while you got it.
Okay.
I got you going back to the van 6 times without bringing something to the van.
Right.
Right?
Right.
That right there, you could have alleviated a couple trips. At least a couple trips. And then that remote start. Couldn't find it. It kept going off in the pocket. Man, that's a hassle. That went down off 4 times, and you couldn't find. You spent some time trying to find it, see where you put it down. The bucket. I have you moving the bucket 4 different times, and I moved it myself. It's light, but doing that 3 o'clock in this Fresno heat, 3 p.m. That's killer.
Yep.
Let's save that wear and tear on our body as much as we can. Hey Gary, so those are the things I noticed on the exterior. I'm gonna go back, see if I can write some more notes up for some solutions. And now I'm gonna hand you off for Joel, look in your trailer for space optimization and organization.
Cool.
Gary, this is your solution. You had the solution the whole time, Gary. The whole time.
I know, but it's not the one everybody else uses, so it doesn't look as good on camera.
Hey. This is it.
Right here.
This is it.
Yeah.
Pull that thing out. How often are you using these items here?
Never use this.
Get rid of it?
You know why? Because of these ones I talked about that Phil Miranda hooked me up with.
Yep.
That I use every day.
Okay, so that one's gone.
Yeah.
These applicator pads, are you using these
I
consistently?
use this every day. Never use this.
Okay, get rid of that. You need this just in case.
Things break.
Yeah, you
Never use that.
Okay,
I use this.
that
I
can
have
go
2 of
too.
these.
Okay, so you're good with that. Do you use this anymore?
Oh yeah. Love
okay,
it.
okay.
Love
use
it for
this,
cracks.
and you use this. Do you have a space on your?
Yep. Right on top of the pressure washer.
Yep. Okay. I need you to hand me your interior detailer.
Okay.
Bug off.
Here's O&R. Here's DI water.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. The 3D, I'm basically bead maker right here. I could do that.
Bead maker. Yeah, your
Basically.
finisher because you use that for everything, right?
This is the 3D one right now.
Okay.
But usually that's bead maker.
We made some huge changes. What this is gonna do is it's gonna free Gary up from time. So he was concerned about the cost of gas price, you know, per detail that he's using for his overhead when it comes to detailing each car. But if we're saving a half hour on each detail, if he's doing 2 details in one day, what we can do is we can add another one on, and hopefully this will offset his operating cost in some way. So first thing I'm gonna show you is the biggest that we've made. We put everything on a cart, and this is from every tool that he was already using. Everything was already here, existing. He had already owned it. All we did was do some tweaks, and we made it work for his setup. Now he has his cart, and on top of his cart, he has his little caddy, which has all of his chemicals that he uses most often. He also has his extended pull brush here. He also has his foam cannon ready to go. And he has the towels that he's gonna use for that detail. He has his drying towel, interior, exterior, and a grimy towel. All of his towels are now folded, organized here. So he just needs to grab and fill up the cart as needed. Same thing with the chemicals, just fill them up as needed. We moved over his ladder from this side, which was taking up about 6 inches on the perimeter. So now it's in this area that was not utilized. So now this can go directly up against the wall. He already has the hooks to strap it in for stability. So we're all set here. We removed all the chemicals he wasn't using down here, and we put his blower there, which was up here, and we removed everything from the wall here. We're gonna take this hook off so he has even more space. Maybe he wants to put an additional shelving, maybe he wants to hang something up here. We also moved his light, his UV light, to this side, not often used, and we also put the hose for his extractor up here with the extractor, so he's not having to grab it out of two areas. So when he grabs the extractor, he's able to grab the hose at the same time, climb out, he's good to go. If there's anything else he needs for detail, he can always throw it on the bottom of the cart, whether it's his dryer, extractor, whatever it is, put it on the cart and roll it out. I had add a trash can to the bottom of this rack so he doesn't have to keep returning to throw things away, or literally a mobile workstation that he just rolls out and goes to work. Time to go to work. The incorporation of the cart and the caddy that have his primary use chemicals, we've opened up quite a few spaces here for him to either put overflow chemicals, his most used chemicals, or he can put some specialty items on these guys here. Gary will pull out the cart, roll the cart out to the back side of the trailer, grab any additional items he may need. Maybe he needs a carpet cleaner that's not in this guy here, or maybe he needs a tar and sap remover. He grabs it, places it on the cart, grabs his reels that he's using in maybe pressure washer and vacuum, grabs those guys, pulls them out, returns to the cart, and pulls everything up onto the driveway all at once. Upon arrival, Gary's able to put his towels on the bottom, put his bucket up top, and there's no more bending over every time he has to grab the wash mitt. He moved this bucket 4 times. Now he only has to pick it up 1 time to put it on here, and then when he needs to move to the other side of the car, he's taking the bucket with him. Gary also forgot to pull out the detail guards on this detail. That ain't gonna happen anymore. The detail guards have a dedicated area. Gary also has an area where he can store specialty tools to get into small crevices. He could add different items in here, ceramic coatings, fur reels, dog hair remover brushes, whatever he needs can go here.
When you get down on polishing,
Yeah.
what this is gonna do, this is gonna speed up your time. So I don't know how your setup is when you polish. I imagine it's not, well, you didn't have a workstation.
Yeah, I don't have a workstation.
You do
A lot
now.
of times it goes on my step ladder, which I have to take stuff off when I use my step ladder. So.
The addition to the cart and the elimination of the wheel bucket, we have now cut down time, wear and tear on your body, and opened up a little bit more space.
This was a fun one with Gary. Stay slick.
Representing Fresno, California. What do you think, Gary? What do you think of the consultation today? Learn something?
Dude, it's been like, this is stuff that I've been thinking about for a long time, but it's those things that you don't want to do on your own. So you're like hoping like, yeah, I wish somebody would come in here and help me with that. And that's exactly what happened today. So I'm excited to check it out and then report back.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm
Definitely
excited.
got some major cut down time
Oh,
right
yeah.
here.
Yep.
Sal and Joelle from Details.
Gary for Stay Slick, Fresno.
We'll catch you guys on the next one. Remember, like, subscribe, and share.
And never forget, always stay slick.